Referees are always ruining the NFL to help the Chiefs. Starting with the time that refs literally let the Chiefs break the rules. Even though the NFL rulebook says only players and the head coach can call timeouts, the Chiefs were a few yards away from giving up the lead when the refs let their coordinator call timeout.
He can't do that. It has to be the head coach that comes down. Nobody else can call timeout on the sideline except the head coach.
That's never been allowed. Everyone knew that timeout was illegal. Even the Chiefs coordinator was apologizing to the ref for doing it. Regardless, the refs allowed it, which not only gave the Chiefs another chance to stop this next play, it helped them hold the Ravens to just a field goal, which eventually led to the Chiefs winning the game. And it's not always about the refs letting the Chiefs call timeouts with whoever they want. Sometimes the refs let the Chiefs get away with 3 penalties in one play. Because when the Vikings right here threw into the end zone and everyone saw a flag, at first, refs called pass interference on the Chiefs, which it clearly was. But not long after, the refs changed their minds and claimed there was no penalty. This had the Vikings coach about to crash out. Him and everybody not only saw a replay showing that not only was it clearly pass interference, and the Chiefs player took off his helmet, which should have been another flag. The refs even missed a face mask call right when the play started. The Chiefs literally deserved 3 penalties that play, and now 0 were called. This completely flipped the game from the Vikings potentially tying things up to turning the ball over and losing by a touchdown. But an even worse time that the refs helped the Chiefs literally made a grown man cry. This dude was tearing up because, well, his squad stopped the Chiefs from getting a first down, so both teams were walking off the field and the Chiefs were getting ready to punt. Until for the first time ever, the ref claimed the Chiefs got a free do-over play? Bro, what? I ain't ever heard of something like that. Anyways, even though the refs were giving the Chiefs another chance, luckily the Bengals got a sack and thought the momentum swung in their favor, when out of nowhere, the refs stopped the play again by throwing another flag? This was ridiculous, because this time it was for holding, which had the entire sideline stunned. Regardless, the game went on and both teams kept fighting until the refs did something to completely ruin the game. Because with barely any time left and the Chiefs out of field goal range, Mahomes tried running himself until he was shoved out of bounds. Now, alright, I'm no ref or anything, but touching Mahomes? Of course there was another flag. The refs claimed it was a late hit, even though he was pushed literally as he stepped out. So not only was that one of the softest calls ever, it gave extra yards to the Chiefs, set him up for an easy field goal to win the game, and had the player who hit Mahomes literally on the sideline crying because he realized the refs just cost his team a chance at making the Super Bowl. But sometimes refs helping the Chiefs get so bad, it loses a player $25,000. Yeah, man's lost that much because of the Chiefs and talking shit about the refs. Because during a close game, instead of this incompletion that should have forced the Chiefs to punt, refs said this play where Mahomes barely got touched was roughing the passer, which gave the Chiefs a first down. And it wasn't just a horrible call that even rules analysts completely disagreed with.
I didn't see anything there that supported a foul.
It allowed the Chiefs to get another chance, which of course they used to kick a field goal. Yeah, things were already getting crazy, and yet that was only the first time the refs helped them that game. Another moment came from Mahomes scrambling when he slid down and was hit. Refs instantly threw a flag for unnecessary roughness on a slight hit like that, which even had the announcers stunned.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 39.
Oh, come on.
They knew the refs were tripping because it gave the Chiefs free yards, which now led to a touchdown. So after calls like those eventually helped the Chiefs win, Texans players felt cheated by the refs.
You know how it is playing up here. You can never leave it into the refs' hands. But I mean, the whole world see, man, like what it is, bro. But it is what it is.
We knew it was going to be us against the refs going into this game. And, I talked to you guys early this week.
And of course the NFL didn't want Bronny James, or Will Anderson, to criticize the Chiefs' daddies, so they fined him $25,000. But the refs aren't always costing players thousands. Sometimes they save Mahomes from having the worst game of his career. He already had not one, but 2 rare interceptions that kept the game close. So when Big Daddy Mahomes threw another that would have given the Jets the ball with a chance to take the lead, oh no. The refs of course had to throw a flag on that one, man. This even had Mahomes acting cocky like he knew it was about to help him. They really called this a hold, and that not only turned a 4th and 20 into a 1st and 10 like magic, it took Mahomes' 3rd interception away that would have tied his record for most ever in a game. And if that didn't help the Chiefs enough, the bad call let them run the clock out so the Jets never had a chance, which of course had their coach pissed, and refs called a penalty on him now, like oh my god.
unsportsmanlike conduct on the New York Jets head coach.
But alright, I mean, if you thought the refs were deriding the Chiefs so far, oh my god, just wait, man. Because refs helping them win this next game not only had Mahomes' dad trolling an entire city and lost a fan $1 million, it had fans threatening to have somebody killed. What caused all of that was crazy, man, and it happened during the 2024 AFC Championship. It was Chiefs vs. Bills, and many believe this could finally be Buffalo's time to win, until the refs started getting a little too involved. From the Bills getting a face mask penalty even though both players were giving each other face, to multiple blocks in the back during the Chiefs' punt return that wasn't called, refs even let the Chiefs run the play clock out before the game clock, which should have been a delay of game. But those weren't even the craziest calls of the night. These next ones were some of the worst in NFL history. Starting with the refs calling this a catch when replays clearly showed the ball hit the ground. They also called holding on the Bills just in case they couldn't rig it as a catch, and after challenging the call, it even looked more like an interception than a catch anyways, but the Chiefs still won that call and it led to a touchdown. And on this play, anybody with eyeballs could see that he clearly got it over the line. I mean, there was even a live tracker showing that it should have been a first down. Instead, the ref said the ball never crossed over, and now it was magically Chiefs ball. God, man, all these terrible calls not only eventually led to the Chiefs winning the game, of course, it had Mahomes' dad tweeting, "Today's a great day to not be from Buffalo." It had a fan lose a bet worth $1 million.
Something the refs should be in fucking prison. Refs should be in prison. That fourth down spot changed the whole game.
And worst of all, once a former NFL player blamed Josh Allen for the loss even though it was obviously the ref's fault.
Josh Allen actually could have adjusted the protection.
Fans got on his ass so much that he eventually tweeted, "No amount of death threats or personal attacks will make me shy away from giving the people the insight they deserve." Now, I don't know if dude is slow or something, but people really wanted to kill that man over what the refs did. Anyways, refs also helped the Chiefs do something another time, and honestly, this helped the situation become so historic, it made NFL history. Obviously, it shouldn't have even happened, but after ending the 2023 playoffs winning all 3 games by only a few points, not only did fans notice that even though refs were helping the Chiefs, they were still barely winning. And coming into the next season, refs still made sure to keep the Chiefs' winning streak going as long as possible. In week 1, refs called this a horse collar tackle on the Ravens, even though dude barely grabbed the jersey. In week 2, refs didn't throw a flag on multiple Chiefs players who all held during a crucial play. Week 3 had refs not calling pass interference when a Chiefs player tackled his opponent with the game on the line. In week 9, refs stopped the Buccaneers from scoring when they called this a face mask, which it clearly wasn't. In week 10, the Broncos got a huge sack that would have forced a punt, just for refs to say this was illegal contact to wipe it all away. And that horrible call not only led to the Chiefs' only touchdown of the game, of course a call like that happened during the game where the Broncos almost ended the winning streak. But the craziest call of them all came in week 13, when the Raiders were in position to kick a game-winning field goal. Right when a play started, one ref called the play dead for a false start on the Raiders, which was actually correct for once. Until the call was changed to an illegal shift, which meant the play wasn't dead, even Mahomes couldn't believe it. And since the Chiefs recovered the fumble that declined this penalty that shouldn't have even been changed anyway, it was their ball, game over, and the refs helping them win like that, as well as all the games before, had the Chiefs set the record for the longest win streak of one-score games in NFL history by winning 17 straight. Here's something way better to watch than refs ruining everything, alright? Click it.